Unplug, welcome back. Unplug with GT. You gonna talk to me? Free agency all up on me. 1, 2, 3. Unplug with GT. What's up, Monte Gang? It's your boy GT. You know, free agency has been crazy. We are going to start. Listen, this gonna be a video, man. It'll be a long video, man. We about to tap into free agency. What I think the teams did. What's the biggest winners and losers? That's what we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with my best teams, as far as the best 4 who won in free agency and who's losing for free agency. We're gonna go through every team's free agent roster and what they need to do better and what do they need. Listen, got some news, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna do the top 3 teams that's having the best free agent. First, I'm gonna go with every team free agent signings, starting with from the top. Listen, then I'm gonna explain why and what they did do and what type of direction they're looking for. So if y'all new, return to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So each and every video that your boy drop. Listen, first we're gonna start off with the move. Arizona Cardinals, they signed Steelers right guard Isaac Samelu, 3 years, $31 million to get some protection for their starting quarterback. They did mention that they're going to release Kyler Murray sometime this week to avoid paying him that $19 to $20 million, so he can find elsewhere. They're all going to surprisingly go with Jacoby Brissett as the full-time starter. I'm interested to see because Jacoby Brissett, he was slinging that football last year. I think he broke the record for the most completions in the NFL game last year. They also signed Tyler Algier to a 2-year deal worth $12 million. It can go up to $16 million if incentives and things like that. James Conner coming off that ACL tear. They still got the best tight end in football, I think, is Trent McBride. Last year led the league. Well, I think he was top 3 or led the league in receptions for a tight end. Also, they got Marvin Harrison Jr. They got Michael Wilson. They got some pieces over there, man. They lost Jalen Thompson to the Cowboys as well. They still got Buda Baker. They still got a couple pieces. They signed Roy Lopez to a 2-year deal, $11 million. And they also, this is a hidden gem for them. Kendrick Bourne in their receiver room, who's the standout stud for the 49ers. Also signed backup quarterback Gardner Minshew, 1 year, $5 million. Also signed offensive line Matt Pryor. So they retained Blake Gilligan, 1 year, $2 million. Defensive lineman LJ Collier and Chad Ryland to a 1-year deal. I think the thing is for Arizona, here's my pros and here's my cons. My pros for Arizona is you getting help on the offensive line. I love that. Protect your quarterback. Jacoby Brissett, 33 years old. They don't want to look to go younger. They are trying to Kyler Murray experience. Maybe they get something going with that Jacoby Brissett second year in that offense. Get to learn a little bit. They're still waiting for that breakout year from Marvin Harrison Jr., number 1 overall pick a couple years ago. They got James Conner, one of the best running backs in the league. He's most underrated. He's fire, bro. When he's healthy, he is dominant, bro. And Tyler Algier, a good 2-back for them. So I think they got some good depth pieces that they need to put in. Just the thing is what they're going to do. The cons of it is the defense side of the football. Outside of Buda Baker, I really think you really don't have no money. That's a stud that can really change the game. So look get a corner, maybe beef up that, get a pass rusher, you know. Maybe you can beef up that, but that's my pros and cons. Next team I got is the Atlanta Falcons. They have been heavily active in free agency. They made some key signings, and they made some key things to happen. Listen, they also signed Jahan Dotson, former Philadelphia Eagle, former Washington Commander, to a 2-year deal worth $15 million. They signed Nick Folk, 2 years, $9 million. They got a kicker. They got punter Jake Bailey, 3 years, $9 million. These punters are making a lot of money this year. These punters is getting signed more than quarterbacks. LOL. Austin Hooper back in Atlanta, 1 year, $3 million deal. They signed Cameron Thomas, 1 year, $3 million deal. They signed Zacchaeus, I think it was a 1 year. It might be a multi-year deal. Zacchaeus coming back to Atlanta. I think he can help their receiving group out. Also, they signed Christian Harris from from Houston. It's a good signing. Fast, quick linebacker, tackle sideline to sideline, getting a big opportunity. Also, franchise tag Kyle Pitts. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Obviously the storyline is Tua Tagovailoa signing a 1-year deal worth 1.3 million, but he's also getting 40, 50 million from the Dolphins this year. What is so weird about this team is they have all the talent in the world. They got an all-world tight end in Kyle Pitts when he plays. Drake London in and out the lineup, injury prone, but he's a physical. He's a good receiver. They let go Darnell Mooney. I'm not so sure about that. I think Jahan Dotson is going to be the stand-up number 2, but I just don't know. Darnell Mooney, he really brought something. He was probably the most consistent pass catcher last year on the Atlanta Falcons. Went with Tua. They got Michael Penix Jr. I think the thing for them, they can get some corners. They can get some safety help. They still got what's bro name? Still got AJ Terrell. At corner, the young defense is not that bad. James Pierce Jr. They still have some studs. They still have pieces. Caden Ellis, a free agent. That's a major move if you're not going to re-sign Caden Ellis, because Caden Ellis was an integral part of that defense and being that franchise linebacker. I think he's really one of the most underrated linebackers in the league. I'm just not so sure what Atlanta going to do. And plus, I don't like shout out to Atlanta, because every time Bryce Young be Atlanta's always built the ass. Keep pounding. The next team I got is the Baltimore Ravens. They really didn't do anything in free agency. Of course, they made the big storyline by trading 2 first-rounders to get Max Crosby to instantly make their defense better by getting pass rush help on that defense side of the ball, which they really need. They also signed John Simpson, a 3-year, $30 million deal. Tyler Huntley coming back to Baltimore, familiar face where he belongs, backing up Lamar Jackson. No Isaiah Likely, no more Isaiah Likely. He's out of the picture. I think they can also, if I'm the Ravens, you would try to look to get a receiver, because having those fast-ass, speedy guys ain't going to work. Like, you can't. I understand you got Derrick Henry, you got Mark Andrews, but you need a wide receiver who can spread the field and make the field vertical. Maybe you trade for A.J. Brown. Maybe you go get you a guy maybe can you trade for T. Higgins? Can you, open up some room? Marlon Humphrey is getting up there in age. Teams is also called about Patrick Queen as well, so he might be. Hold on, no, I'm tripping. Patrick Queen played for the Steelers. I'm tripping. Teams is also just trying to. Lamar and Dan Orlovsky got their thing in the media going on, but listen, man, I'm addressing the Lamar Jackson situation. Let me tell you like this. When Lamar is healthy, he's the top 3 quarterback in the league. It's Patrick Mahomes, it's Joe Burrow, and it's Lamar Jackson. Listen, let me tell you something. And Josh Allen. It's not hating to say Lamar Jackson haven't played well in the playoffs. He just hasn't. Yes, Zay Flowers fumble in the end zone versus Kansas City in the divisional. I think it was the AFC Championship or divisional round. Yes, Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion. Yes, Mark Andrews fumbled, I think, 2 possessions before that. But Lamar Jackson has not played his best football. He's turning over the football. He's fumbling. He's not being aggressive in the run game like he usually would. Trying to prove a point, bro. Lamar Jackson hasn't played well in the playoffs. So everything Dan Orlovsky said was true. But also, I'm not going to take away, yes, Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP, league MVP. Yes, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's a dog. He deserves some money. He deserves to get paid. But we need to take that same regular season Lamar and apply that to the playoffs. Injuries are a part of the game. It's going to happen. But the thing is, Lamar Jackson has to prove that he's that guy. Josh Allen, I'm sorry, it's enough. I've seen enough. I've seen this movie before. He had so many cracks at it, couldn't get it done. The Chiefs was out of this year, lost to the Broncos. Simple. 5 turnovers, simple. But Lamar Jackson got to get over that hump, man. He got to. That's the thing. He has to. And I love Lamar. But they really didn't make no moves as far as free agent signings. They made the key signing getting Max Crosby to Baltimore, which he fits that culture. He fits that system very, very fucking well. The Buffalo Bills, they've been they have done some underrated things where they didn't much need it. They traded for DJ Moore. They signed D. Alford, the former Falcons cornerback, getting some depth at that. They also traded away their cornerback to the Raiders, Taron Johnson. I want to know how that's gonna thing, because Taron Johnson was as far as their best corner in the league. I think they're gonna go with that kid Harrison at the number 1 position as the starting corner, but I think the thing is Taron Johnson, a veteran. He's one of them. He's a definitely good in coverage. Age was getting up there, but I don't think that was a good move to trade him to the Vegas Raiders, who's having one of the best free agencies by chance. Re-signed Kyle Allen, backup, former Panther. He's familiar with Joe Brady. Like, Joe Brady produced some of DJ Moore's best years. His best 2 years in the NFL was 2020 to 2022. Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator in Carolina during that time. Kyle Allen also familiar with Joe Brady because he was in Carolina with Joe Brady as well. They retained Connor McGovern, signed him a 4-year deal, $52 million, $32 million guaranteed. They Dawson Knox 3 years, of course, and Mitch Winowski a 1-year deal. So Buffalo, they're kind of making some good moves, getting Josh Allen some help. I think the thing is they can get another receiver. They still got Keon Coleman. They added DJ Moore. They can add another speedster out there, another possession guy. The defensive side of the ball, I'm not too sure what they're going to do. I know they had talks about trying to get Trey Hendrickson. That'll be another good pass rusher. They got Ebenezer. They got him. Like, they got some pieces over there that they can make it do something. Maybe to get another crack at it. But the window of opportunity of making a run, y'all, is very, very slim to none, man. Listen. Next, we got my Carolina Panthers, who I think is having the third best free agency out of any NFL football team. The Carolina Panthers signed Jalen Phillips to a 4-year deal worth $120 million. They got the best pass rusher on the market. Yes, I understand he doesn't get the court. He don't have the double-digit sacks. Yes, I understand that his injury history could be a part and potentially his potential. But the thing is, the last 2 seasons he's been healthy. He played a full season with Philly last year. He had 7.5 sacks. I think he had around 58 tackles, if I'm not mistaken. He can get to the quarterback. He's a big pass rusher on third down, and he's definitely going to help out Derrick Brown on that line. It's going to open up more opportunities for him to get to the quarterback. With him, Nick Scorton, Derrick Brown getting double teamed, you'll have that other pass rusher on the other side who can make plays in the pass rushing game. And also, we got the best linebacker available in Devin Lloyd. He had the most interceptions as a linebacker last year. We signed him to a 3-year deal. 3-year deal with $45 million, $25 million guaranteed. And I love this move. He had so many suitors to get Devin Lloyd. Dan Morgan said, the thing is, in free agency, it's a tricky thing. You can overpay and the players can flop, or you can overpay and the players pay off. I think Dan Morgan, since coming to Carolina, he's done nothing but signing good free agency. Back in 2024, he signed Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. People said they were overpaid. Those are paid off today because last year, still a playoff appearance. That worked. Last year, he got Christian Roseboom. He got Trevon Moehrig. He got Bobby Brown. He got Turk Wharton. He added so many pieces to this defensive line through the free agency. He has been cooking. Devin Lloyd, a great coverage corner. He picked off Patrick Mahomes last year on Monday Night Football, 99 yards. He's a great coverage corner. Read the defenses very well. He can stop the run. And the one key thing that I love about this signing that Carolina needs, I've been watching Carolina Panthers football since I was 4 or 5. We need a sideline tackler. Sideline to sideline tackler. We had the likes of a Dan Morgan. We had John Beeson. We had Sam Mills. We had Thomas Davis. We had Luke Kuechly. We had Shaq Thompson. We need a linebacker who can tackle from sideline to sideline. And Devin Lloyd, that's what he brings. He finishes tackles. Getting the player on the ground, and I think that was an amazing signing. The next shocking signing, that I really liked, was kind of Kenny Pickett to a 1-year deal worth $7 million. $4 million guaranteed. I think the thing is, Kenny Pickett, what he's bringing to this quarterback room, far as I know, Andy Dalton most likely is going to sign elsewhere, or we're going to let him go just to save some cap space. Kenny Pickett brings experience. He can help Bryce Young. Hey, I've been here before. I've been the top leading a franchise, and I've always come down. He was the guy in Pittsburgh, didn't play well. Went to Cleveland, didn't play well. Went to Philadelphia, back up for Jalen Hurts, winning the Super Bowl and all things of that nature. Went to the Raiders, really didn't get a shot. He played in a couple games, but Kenny Pickett can show you experience. He can show you flashes. And what Dan Morgan want in a backup quarterback, he wants mobility, and he wants a young athletic quarterback. I think Kenny Pickett, you get younger in your quarterback room. He needs somebody that will challenge Bryce Young, because Andy Dalton was more of, yes, I'm going to give you knowledge, but I'm trying to get in the game. You know, I think the thing is, I think we should, and I like the direction that we went in that backup quarterback. It's like At first, I didn't like it because I was thinking like, Kenny Pickett. But when you really think about it, if Bryce Young is the guy, Kenny Pickett would never touch the field. And I think Bryce Young is the guy. So put yourself in a position where you know you're the guy and you won't have to do things of that nature. 1 second, y'all. Sorry, I had to get me something to drink. Needed me a water, love. Listen, sorry for the interrupt. I also had to grab my phone, but we also got breaking news. Breaking news. Elton Jenkins signed a 2-year deal worth $24 million with the Cleveland Browns. Green Bay released a 5-time Pro Bowler, but I think the thing is, I wanted Elton Jenkins to be a Panther, and that would really, really help me out. I would really, really like that, but he went to a different team, man, and that's the thing, man. Us losing Cade Mays, like I said, a lot of people was like, yeah, we got Devin Lloyd and Jalen Phillips, what are great signings, by the way, and Kenny Pickett. Great signings, by the way, good, decent signings. Kenny Pickett, I think the great signings by Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd. I think the thing is for Carolina, man, we have to address that position, man. Tackle and center. Those Iquikonu, Torres Patelin, or I think it's ACL, or one of those. And Cade Mays is injured. So it's very, very clear that the Carolina Panthers want to do something at that position, but I just don't know what they want to do, you know? So, yeah, that's with that. But, yeah, that's neither here nor there. But I think the Panthers, yeah, let's go back to that. We also retain LeBray Ryan. We also retain Isaiah Simmons. We retain David Moore. We retain Robert Rochelle and Akil Evans. The reason why I love those retaining, those are not big names. Those are not big names at all by chance. But these are guys who's been in Carolina for multiple years, learning the system, and also been intricate parts of us getting to the playoffs last year. LeBray Ryan always was a consistent person. If somebody was injured, he stepped right in and filled that position. Isaiah Simmons. His story, we could have selected him in the draft, but I think who we selected, I forgot who we selected. But him and Derrick Brown was in the same draft, you know? And Isaiah Simmons was a dog. He's a dog in Arizona. Just didn't get that much opportunities. Couldn't stay. He was injury prone, but he couldn't stay on the field. He was a big special teams for Carolina, making plays, making tackles. He had the major pump block that swung the momentum of the game versus the play in the wild card playoff game against the Rams. He had the pump block, and he deserves to be back on his team for another year. I think that's what I think. And we might just go with him with it. And don't mind, he can play special teams. He can also play that regular linebacker position. That way, we got Devin Lloyd, Trevon Wallace, and we can also use Isaiah Simmons in there as well, you know? David Moore is another signing I like. I was really flashed by David Moore. Hunter Renfrow last year. Remember the debate I had about Renfrow and David Moore? David Moore, definitely an integral part of this team. Veteran. He's been in the system. Him and Dave Canales tight. Him and Bryce Young. Remember when Bryce Young in his 2025 campaign, he definitely targeted David Moore a lot, and he definitely deserved to be on the football field. Robert Rochelle and Akil Evans, they give us depth pieces that we need at the cornerback position. Not the most flashy guys, not the most notable names, but the guys that can come in and pick up some slack. But I know also Carolina is trying to seek to get a slot corner. Me personally opinion, I don't think we should because we have Corey Thornton. If y'all know Corey Thornton, my real Panthers fans, Corey Thornton was a fucking stud last year. When he played, he made plays. He could play the outside. He could play the inside. Him coming back, we still got Shaw Smith-Wade, but Corey Thornton making that guy, Corey Thornton and Shaw Smith-Wade, they got to step up. I think Corey Thornton went out with that injury last year at San Francisco. I think he really can help us, man. By coming back off injury, y'all. The next team I got on the list, man, I think the team that's having I think Carolina having the third best free agency. But outside of that, I think the people that having the fourth best free agency, in my opinion, is obviously the Chicago Bears. What they did this year, besides trading DJ Moore, which I didn't like, taking that vet away from your star quarterback, young quarterback, because he needs that, they got some pieces, man. They signed Kobe Bryant, the NFL player Kobe Bryant. They signed Kobe Bryant, safety, 3 years off the Seattle Seahawks, the Super Bowl champions, who was a big part of that secondary. 3 years, $40 million. Devin Bush, 3 years, $30 million. Neville Gallimore, 2 years, $12 million. Khalif Raymond, special teams guy from the Detroit Lions, 1 year, $5 million. Cam Lewis, DB, 2 years. Money not excluded. Traded for center Garrett Bradbury from the Patriots. Retained Braxton Jones, 1 year, $5 million. DeMarco Jackson, 2 years, $7 million. Case Keenum, the veteran, 2 years, $5 million. And Daniel Hardy, 2 years, $5 million as well. Chicago, man, coming off the divisional round, playoff loss against the Rams. The sky's the limit for those guys, man. The sky is the fucking limit. They got their franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams. They got their perfect head coach in Ben Johnson. Bro, the sky's the limit for the Chicago Bears, bro. If they can, I think they can get a veteran receiver. They'll be all right. They got their two studs at receiver and Luther Burton, young guys. Luther Burton and what's the guy? Roma Duzier. They got their two guys at the tight end position, which they really, really love. Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet. They got the offensive line. Reassure that up. The defense could get better. They lost Nashawn Wright to the Jets. They lost some guys, man. So maybe they can recoup for what they lost. But the Bears is definitely trending in the right direction. Cincinnati Bengals really didn't do too much in this draft. They signed in the free agency. They signed Boye Mafe, 3 years, $60 million. Got some much needed safety help. Brian Cook, the former Super Bowl champion in the Kansas City Chiefs, 3 years, $42 million, and also retained Dalton Reisner. If I'm Cincinnati, nothing. Defense. You got to get some defensive help for the Bengals. You got to get some offensive line protection for Joe Burrow, because what good if I got all these motherfucking cars and I can't drive them? You got T. Higgins, you got Jamar Chase, you got Joe Burrow, but how they gonna get the ball if Joe Burrow is always injured? You know, so that's another thing I think they need to get better at. And yeah, that's that. Cleveland Browns, man, I think they having a good free agency as far as getting their team and their pieces right. They just need to figure out who's going to be that starting quarterback. I think it should be Shedeur Sanders next year. That's me personally. They signed Zion Johnson, 3 years, $49 million. Also, they got Quincy Williams from the Jets, some much-needed linebacker help to go along with that defensive rookie of the year. I forgot his name. He's a stud, by the way. He's going to be a good linebacker. They also traded for Titus Howard. They re-signed Ronnie Hickman, and they also signed Tevin Jenkins. They're getting their franchise quarterback some offensive line help to protect the quarterback, and that's what you need. When you're dealing with the young quarterback, you have to give him time to throw the football. And if you don't have any protection, he's going to end up like David Carr. He's going to end up like these Jimmy Clausen. He's going to end up like these guys that can't get no protection at the quarterback position. Dallas Cowboys, I think Dallas Cowboys is having a good offseason. Listen, they're cooking on the defensive side of the football. The offense is fine. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Javonte Williams. They got the what's the tight end name? What's the fucking tight end name? Jake Ferguson. They got Kevon Turpinton. They got Jalen Tolbert. I like what they do on the offside of the ball, but the defensive ball, Jerry Jones really put some emphasis on that this year. Signing safety Jalen Thompson at the Arizona Cardinals, 3 years, $33 million. Safety PJ Locke, 1 year, $5 million. Antonita O'Bina, 1 year, $3 million. They traded the big trade. They traded for Rashawn Gary from Green Bay to pair with Quentin Williams on that line. You're getting some good pass rush. They retained George Pickens, 1 year, $27 million. Franchise tag, but I think he deserves to get paid. If I'm the Las Vegas Raiders, I'll try to trade the 14th pick to get George Pickens. But that's just me. Brandon Albee retained second round tender, 1 year, $5 million. Sam Williams, 1 year, $3 million. Josh Butler, 1 year, $1 million. Reddick Stewart, 1 year, $1 million, man. So the Cowboys, I think they have, I'm gonna grade them a B just for their offseason. Also, hold on, let me get my re-signings. Arizona, a C minus. C minus for that. I give the Falcons a D. They didn't like what they did at all. Baltimore, B. Buffalo, C plus at best. Carolina, a B minus. Chicago, a minus. Cincinnati, a solid C. Cleveland, a C plus. Dallas, a C plus. You can get better, but I like what they've done so far. Denver, I'm going to give them a D off the rip. You retain J.K. Dobbins. You retain Justin Stroud, Adam Trotman, Alec Singleton, and Sam Eckler. You lost John Myers Franklin, who was a key piece. You let go of Dre Greenlaw. I'm not sure what they're doing. They got the secondary. I guess they're saying we got Nick Benito. We got Riley Moss. We got Patrick Surtain. We got the guys we need, the core guys, but you can't pay everybody, man. I just think they can do a little bit better, man. They could have get some of these guys that are, because you still have dogs out there. You still got Caden Ellis out there. You still got Bobby Wagner, who's a free agent. You still have pieces out there that you can go get to improve your defense, also your offense as well. Detroit Lions. Fuck them. They got Cade Mays from Carolina, which I'm very disappointed about. It hurt my heart for Cade Mays to leave Carolina because 2 penalties last year, didn't give up any sacks, was the most consistent on the offensive line. That really helped them out. Isaiah Pacheco, I like that signing, by the way. They also re-signed Larry Boom. They signed Larry Boom, traded for Drew Scruggs, and retained Malcolm Rodriguez. I like the signing of Isaiah Pacheco just because he's kind of like a low-tier back of Jahmyr Gibbs, man. He can catch at the backfield. He can run with the best of them. I don't like what concerns me is the injury history. Isaiah Pacheco, he does stay injury-prone. David Montgomery give you some stability at the running back. And having 2 different type of backs make your offense better because power back, David Montgomery, power back. He's still quick with it, but he's like a heavy setback, like a Jonathan Stewart type. But Jahmyr Gibbs, all-around speedster, man. But Detroit, I like what they did. I'm going to give them a B because they addressed it when it needs to be needed. I didn't like the trade that they traded Montgomery, but they addressed what the Saints are signing. The Saints are signing former linebacker. Breaking news, y'all. The Saints are signing former linebacker Falcons Caden Ellis. The New Orleans Saints are signing Caden Ellis. Wow, he returns to New Orleans. That's crazy. 3-year deal worth $33 million, $23 million guaranteed. That's crazy. I really wanted him to go to Washington. But that's just the way the chips fall, man. That's the way the chips fall. Next team we got is the Green Bay Packers, who lost a lot in free agency. They signed Benjamin St. Jude. They got some great depth at that linebacker position. Upgrading with Zaire Franklin, retained Sean Ryan, Chris Brooks, Darian Kinnard, Nick Nyman, and also Kristen Welch. They lost Romeo Dobbs in free agency. Micah Parsons, he might be back this year. He might not be back. We just need some more consistency at the quarterback position. You lost Malik Willis as a backup. Jordan Love got to be more consistent, man. That's just the way it's coming down to him, man. And as far as their offseason, I give them a C- because they got Zaire Franklin. Yes, they got Zaire Franklin. But that's all. They needed to dress. They lost Romeo Dobbs. They needed to upgrade that line. Elton Jenkins is gone. If anything, they took a step back for me. Houston Texans. They had a great offseason, I think. They signed Reed Blankenship to pair him with Jalen Petrie. That defense is already fucking nasty. And they add Reed Blankenship to that? Come on, bro. Braden Smith, 2 years, $20 million to give C.J. Stroud some protection on that line. Dominique Robinson, 1 year, $4 million. Jake Hummel, 2 years. Traded for David Montgomery to pair him with Woody Marks. Also, they got Nick Chubb as well. Retained Danielle Hunter, Ed Ingram, Kyle Farborn, Dalton Schultz, Shelton Rankins, Trent Brown, Naquan Jones, MJ Stewart. Their defense is going to be the reason why they go to the Super Bowl. But only the question mark they have is at the receiver position. If I'm Houston right now, I got my core pieces. There's nothing really wrong with my team. I just need to perform better on the offensive side of the ball and give C.J. Stroud some more weapons. If I'm them, I'm going to re-sign Stephon Diggs because Tank Dell is injured. He's coming back. Nico Collins was injured in the playoffs a little bit as well. If you can add Stephon Diggs back to that team or get a complimentary wide receiver to give somebody who's very dependable for C.J. Stroud, I give them a B+. The Colts ain't did nothing. They just... But they did a little bit. They got Adrian Key. They signed Adrian Key to a 2-year, $20 million deal. The biggest sign of the year, they signed Alec Pierce, 4 years, $116. Blake Grupe, 1 year, $1 million. They transition tag Daniel Jones, but I heard that they're in negotiation working on a deal with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is a very key piece to this team because when Daniel Jones was healthy, the Colts was 8-3, number 1 in their division. And I love what the hell that the Panthers are doing right now. And it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing, y'all. Jacksonville Jaguars, who lost a lot in free agency. They got a D. D-. They didn't sign anyone. They didn't do shit. They just retained it. Martrick Brown, 3 years, $3 million. Dennis Garrett, terms not disclosed, and signed Quentin Morris to a 1 year, 3 year deal. They lost Travis Etienne to New Orleans, who signed a 4 year, $52 million deal. They lost Devin Lloyd to the Panthers, who signed a 3 year, $45 million deal. Travis Hunter is injured, and then the trade rumors are not trade rumors about Brian Thomas Jr. is heating up, like Trevor Lawrence coming off a playoff loss. Like, I just don't know what are they gonna do. I'm confused on what Jacksonville, what moves do they need to make. Now you got to address the running back position. Travis Hunter's coming back. I think corner full-time for him and pass-up packages at receiver for him. I think they need to address the tight end position, but I give them a D-, man. They really haven't had a good free agency at all. The Kansas City Chiefs. D-. Matter of fact, fuck it. D+. D+. They just did a little bit better than the damn Jaguars, man. Kenneth Walker, the third Super Bowl MVP, 3 years, $45 million deal. Aloli Guyman, 3 years, $24 million. Chris Tunga, 3 years, $21 million. Re-signed the greatest tight end of all time, Travis Kelce, 1 year, $12 million. Then Tyquan Thornton, 2 years, $11 million. You did all that. Leo Chanel's still out there. Y'all need to go get him. Patrick Mahomes coming off the ACL tear. You lost Isaiah Pacheco. You lost Jalen Warren. You lost Trent McDuffie. You lost key pieces, bro. Like, you lost key pieces on your defensive side of football. I don't know where you go from here. Like, you got to get younger. You have the 9th pick in the draft, so we want to see. I give them... One thing I never do is count out Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, but they got to get better. And is it through the draft, through trades, something? The number 2 team that's having the best free agency is the Las Vegas fucking Raiders, bro. The Raiders have been cooking. Fuck it. They're number 1. I don't care. The Raiders have the best offseason as an NFL team. Listen to these signings that they did. Listen. They traded for Teron Johnson from Buffalo, solidified number 1 corner. They also re-signed Eric Stokes, 3 years, $30 million. He's going to be your second corner. Then listen, they signed Tyler Linderbaum, 3 years, $81 million. $60 million guaranteed to protect their franchise quarterback, who they're going to draft number 1, obviously. Friend Mendoza. Kwity Paye, 3 years, $48 million, 32 guaranteed, edge rusher. Quay Walker, linebacker, 3 years, $40 million, 28 guaranteed. Nakobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million, 20 guaranteed. Jalen Naylor, 3 years, $35 million. Matt Gay, 1 year. Those signings alone upgrade the Raiders because that division is only getting better. You got the Broncos. You got the Chiefs. You got the Chargers, which make some good signings as well. But the Raiders is having they've had the best offseason out of anyone right now because they traded Max Crosby and opened up so much cap space to make these signings. Honestly, they got better at the position. They got younger at the position. Jalen Nader, speedy receiver. I still think they need a number one receiver on that team, like a George Pickens, I think that would be amazing. They got Brock Bowers. They got Ashton Jeanty. They got Tyler Linderbaum. They got some pieces on that. Like, right now, what Clint Kubiak is doing and Tom Brady, they're cooking in that Raiders organization right now. They retained Malcolm Kuhn. They retained Thomas Booker, Jordan Miriff, Charles Nolan, Tristan McCollum, Will Putnam. They're doing a very good job in building that Raiders team back to what they need to be because when the Raiders good, football is good. Next team we got is the Los Angeles Chargers, who's having an okay offseason, man. I think I give the Raiders an A+. I give the Chargers a C- because they really haven't done too much. They signed Tyler Bias, 3 years, $30 million, the former commander. Charlie Coar, the blocking tight end, 3 years, $24 million. Cole Strange, Alec Engel, they retained it. Tier Tart, Khalil Mack, Trevor Penning, Kamani Vito, Jarrett Patterson, Kendall Williamson. They really didn't do anything, but they did okay. I'll say that. They did okay. They ain't try to overdo it. They did enough where they can get those guys. I still think they need a number one receiver. I don't think Quentin Johnson's the guy. I think they could get better at the tight end position. Justin Herbert, to me, and Josh Allen are the same quarterback. That's neither here nor there. They did get better at the offensive line position. But I think they need some more skill position players, man. Next team we got, who made two big splashes in the free agency, the Los Angeles Rams. They traded for Trent McDuffie and also all-pro corner, one of the top 10 corners in the league. Is a dog. They traded him and also extended his contract to 4 years, $124 million, making him the highest paid corner in the league. They also signed Jalen Warren from the Kansas City Chiefs, 3 years, $51 million, $34 guaranteed. Jules Gardner, long snapper, 2 years. They retained Cam Curl and Tyler Higbee. B+ for the Rams, man, because they upgraded. They came. I love how teams in this free agency, they addressing what the team needs. Like Carolina, we know we needed a linebacker and a pass rusher. Addressed it. The Rams know, our corners was ass last year. Let's go upgrade them. You got both of the Super Bowl champions. Trent McDuffie, all-pro corner. Jalen Warren. You also got, they lost, who did they lost in free agency? I just can't remember. But bringing back Cam Curl was huge. Like Sean McVay and that team, they can look and get another crack at it, man, because they're most likely going to be Super Bowl favorites again to win it all. But I just think the thing is they got to be more consistent in their approach. So winning those games, they got to win the big game. You have to win the big game. The next team we got, the Miami Dolphins. I give them a D- because it really didn't move the needle here. You retained Greg Dolch, signed Zane Gonzalez, and you signed Malik Willis to a 3-year deal, $67 million. I think I'm the only odd man out about the Malik Willis signing, and I'm going to tell y'all why. The reason why I'm a little odd out on the Malik Willis signing is because I've seen this movie before. Maybe he's changed, but just off 9 games, that goes to show you what this 9-game stretch really meant. That he showed up. And I didn't say he played very fucking well when Jordan Love was injured. He played beautiful football during that final stretch, man. And he showed potentials and flashes of what he could be. But the thing is, what can you do when you don't have those pieces around you? In Green Bay, he could have stepped right in because he had, on the offensive side, he had a Romeo Doubs. He had a Christian Watson. He had a Jalen Reed. He had a Josh Jacobs in the backfield. He had a Tucker Kraft. On the defensive side, he had a Micah Parsons. He had Rashawn Gary. He had pieces on that defense and offense where as the quarterback, I don't have to do nothing but win us this game. I don't have to do nothing but not turn the football over and we can win. Him going to Miami is a total different situation. They have nothing. They have Deion Achane and Jalen Waddle. That's it. That's all they have. Darren Waller is a free agency. They need to get their offensive line upgraded. They need some defense. So, yeah. And they just traded Fenton McPatrick to the Jets. So, yeah. It didn't move the needle for me. It's just giving him another chance, which he deserves another chance at being a starting quarterback in this league. Like, I think everybody deserves second chances, man. And Malik Willis definitely deserves it. He earns it. He played good football last year. I'm just not moved by the signing that make the Dolphins exponentially better. Next team we got is the Minnesota Vikings. F. Yeah. F. They're having a horrible free agency. They just signed James Pierce, 2 years, $8 million. Eric Wilson, Andrew DePola, Jalen Redmond, Ivan Pace, Bo Richard, and Xavier Scott. They ain't did shit. I guess they're waiting for Kyler Murray to be released by the Cardinals to pick up a quarterback, but I don't know what they're doing, man. They lost Jalen Naylor. Aaron Jones got released. Like, I just don't know what we're doing here as far as that, man. I just don't know. Oh, shit. Listen, y'all, we got some more breaking news. Former Pro Bowl corner Riq Woolen reached a deal, 1 year, $15 million deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a shocker, a big upgrade. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and Riq Woolen in the secondary. The Eagles got some much-needed help in the secondary. That's a major, major deal. Oh, my fucking gosh, y'all. Wow. Wow, y'all. Riq Woolen to the Eagles. That's fire. The defense is already better, even though the Eagles, they had to make this move because they lost some integral parts. They lost Jalen Phillips. They lost They lost Nakobe Dean. They signed Jordan Davis to a deal, but are you going to move Jalen Carter to get more pieces? Because the talks about AJ Brown getting traded now, there was a talk that AJ Brown may not get traded, but it's scary. But that's a hell of a signing for Philly. But back to the Vikings, they didn't do nothing. They're waiting on Kyler Murray, I'm assuming, to get a quarterback. I don't know, man. I'm confused. If it don't work this year, if I'm y'all, I'm trading Justin Jefferson and just starting all over to try to get some value because you're just wasting his talent, man. You had Sam Darnold on your building, 14-2. He said, "Fuck it, I don't want to pay him and let him go." It's just very weird to me, man, that you just let him go and didn't pay him. But now you're hurting on the backside. The New England Patriots. Listen, the Patriots having a C+ free agency so far. They got Romeo Doubs, 4 years, $68 million deal. That's a beautiful signing. Aladver Tucker, offensive guard. That's a great signing. Edge Drummond Jones, good signing, 3 years, $39 million. Reggie Gillum, 3 years, $12 million. Jesse Luca and Tommy DeVito, 2 years, $7 million. Listen, the Patriots having a good offseason, man. It's a decent offseason. I don't like the fact that they let go of Stephon Diggs. I think they could get some more help there. The Super Bowl champions, they want A.J. Brown. If they compare A.J. Brown with this receiving group, I like the underrated receiving. I still think they need another guy on that offense side of the ball that can help Drake May create plays and get big chunks down the field, man. You lost that in Stephon Diggs. You got Kayshon Boutte. You got DeMario Douglas. You got your two backs in Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. You got Drake May. Like, you have a good team, man, and just being consistent in the approach. A team that's having the most underrated free agency, I think, is the New Orleans Saints. They signed David Edwards to a 4 year, $61 million deal. Travis Etienne, 4 years, $52. Punter Ryan Wright, 4 years, $14 million. Noah Fant, 2 years, $87 million. And John Ridgway. I like the signing of David Edwards to help Tyler Shuck get more protection because they were one of the worst offensive lines in the league last year. I do like the signing of Travis Etienne. I think $52 million is a lot. Are you going to get the same Jaguar production out of him? Because he's a different back than Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara, they said they want to trade him or try to find a suitor for him. I don't know. That raised flags at might as well give him away. I still think they got Jawan Johnson. They got Christopher Love. I think they still should go after Jawan Jennings to add a pass catcher for the Saints. But the Saints, hey, man, a B. They're having a good free agency. The New York Giants, B+. Great free agency, man. They signed Isaiah Likely, Tremaine Edwards, Jordan Stout, Greg Newsome, Darius Washington. It's fucking amazing. Retain Jameer Ermore, Micah McFadden, Isaiah Hodges, Caleb Murphy, Art Green, Chris Manners, Garner Oskowski. The way John Harbaugh and this team, the Giants are building this team, I like it. Because you got a security blanket for Jackson Dart. I think he needs to do a better job protecting himself. You're trying to rebuild that offensive line. That defense looks good. You're rebuilding. You got Greg Newsome, a shutdown corner. You got Tremaine Edwards, beautiful line. To go with the linebackers you have currently, Brian Burns and Thibodeau. I don't know if Thibodeau is going to be traded, but I'm interested to see what happens. Cam Scatterpool coming back next year. Malik Neighbors should be back next year. Like, it's going to be interesting in New York what's going to happen. Hold on, y'all. But next on the list, y'all, we got the New York Jets. D. Solid. They signed Joseph Asai, Demario Davis. That was a good signing, going back to the team that drafted him. 2 years, $22 million, lost for the Saints. David Adamaya, 1 year, $10 million. Kate Kingsley, Aaron Barr, Dane Belton, Deshaun Wright. That was a hell of a signing. Andrew Beck, Dane Belton again. Geno Smith, they traded for, and Minka Fitzpatrick. I don't know what they're doing here. I think Aaron Glenn, he's trying to change the culture in New York. I think he should have gone younger at quarterback, in my opinion. Justin Fields, he's a wash. He's not going to be the starter next year. You bring in Geno Smith, you want to have that veteran team. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Breece Hall. You can get some offensive line help to protect your quarterback. They lost Tucker to the Patriots, so that's that. The Eagles, like I said, man, I'm gonna give them a C+ just because they retained Jordan Davis, but they signed Riq Woolen. That was a hell of a signing. So now what's smart, because Riq Woolen can go and play the other's opposite side of Quinyon Mitchell. Cooper DeJean can play in the slot. Like, the Eagles know what they're doing as far as secondary, and it is interesting. The Pittsburgh Steelers, B. They're having a good free agency, man. They traded for Michael Pittman Jr. and also extended him a 3-year, $59 million deal. Jamel Dean, that was a good signing because they go with their corners. They got Joey Porter Jr. And then they signed Cam Johnson. They retained Asante Samuel Jr., Caleb Holcomb, Eze Amadowo. And then they also signed Rico Dowell from Carolina as well. I like the signing. I love the pickup of Rico Dowell. They can give him some balance attack on the offensive side of the ball. He can run the football. Mike McCarthy, I don't know where he's going to go at quarterback. Everybody's thinking Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers as well. I think they should go get Kyler Murray to add some diversity and have some versatility to this offense where they can scratch the football. They still got DK Metcalf. You still got Pat Freiermuth. You walking into a team that can obviously be a Super Bowl contending team. And with that defense of TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Jalen Ramsey, can't go wrong with it, bro. B, solid B for the San Francisco 49ers. Mike Evans, 3 years, $60 million deal, $16.3 million guaranteed. Low, 2 years, $12 million. And Eddie Pinheiro, 4 years, $17 million. They still can get better. They still got a lot of concerns. I'm going to give them a C. They still got a lot of concerns on the defense side of the ball. Injuries, man. That's what's really holding them back. Mike Evans was a hell of a signing, bro. Mike Evans was a hell of a signing, y'all. That was a hell of a signing. Getting that number 1 receiver, most likely going to let go Ayuk. I think they should retain Juwan Jennings. They got Kittle coming from that ACL injury. They got Christian McCaffrey, who had an all-pro year. It's just interesting to see, man, like what's going to happen, man. Next is the Seattle Seahawks, man. I'm going to give them a D because they got Rashid Shaheed. Matter of fact, I'm going to give them an F. Rashid Shaheed retained, of course, that's good. Josh Jobe, Drake Thomas, George Halada, and Ty Akuda. For one, you lost Kobe Bryant in your secondary. He was a very, very vital part of that secondary. Riq Woolen, he's going other word. Y'all basically said we're gonna get Devin Spoon over to Riq Woolen, which is fine, y'all preference. I think Riq Woolen, Riq is the better corner in my opinion. Kenneth Walker was y'all best option at running back. Y'all basically saying Zach Charbonnet is gonna be solidified number one. I don't think it works like that because Kenneth Walker, he played great football in that postseason. Y'all just didn't want to pay him. Y'all want to pay JSN. I get it. Cooper Kupp. Sam Darnold, prove all the doubters wrong. I think the thing is, they had a terrible offseason. They're losing key players, little pieces. I think they'll still be in the running, but I just don't think that they're going to be as dominant as we saw them this year. The next team I'm going to get into is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I'm going to give them a B minus. Lie. Fuck them. D. Listen, Kenneth Gainwell, okay signing to go with Bucky Irving. It's okay. Cade Otton, former familiar face. He was good for Baker Mayfield, security blanket. I'm just giving him a solid C. Alex Alzone, get some linebacker help. But the biggest loss, y'all lost Mike Evans. That's the main thing. You lost Mike Evans. Emeka Egbuka, who's going to be the solidified number one receiver. Chris Godwin, who's injury prone, stayed injured. Jalen McMillan, who missed some of the majority of the year. He was injured as well. Tess Johnson, a speedy receiver out of Oregon, got a lot of opportunities, but the thing is, are they going to capitalize? What Baker Mayfield are we getting? To be real, I don't give a fuck what they do. I want them to lose, but I'm just giving my real perspective. I think the thing is Tampa Bay, they can get better. They lost Jamel Dean at that corner position. If I'm them, they try to go get a corner in the draft. Try to upgrade that corner position. Also, try to do something different in the pass rush game because you know Todd Bowles going to make risks. The team that had the second best free agency this year was the Tennessee Titans. They cooked. When I tell you these motherfuckers cooked, they cooked. Listen, they signed Wendell Robinson 4 years, $70 million, 38 guaranteed. John Frankenmeyer to pair him with Jeffrey Simons. 3 years, $63 million, 42 million guaranteed. That is insane. I love that. I love that for them. Alontae Taylor, slot corner, 3 years, $60 million, coming from New Orleans, 42 guaranteed. Cordell Flott, second corner, 3 years, $45 million, 32 guaranteed. Daniel Bellinger, 3 years, $24 million. Austin Slutman, 2 years, $9 million. Cordell Volson, 1 year, $4 million. Mitchell Trubisky to back up, they put some veteran experience in his ear. Cam Ward, you signed Mitchell Trubisky, 2-year deal. Josh Williams, 2-year deal. They retained Morgan Cox, C.J. Ravenel, and Garrett Dillinger. I love what Tennessee did because, listen, y'all they lacked what they needed. I still think they should go re-sign Chris Okonkwo to give us Cam Ward that security blanket, but you still got Calvin Ridley. You paired Calvin Ridley with Cam Ward. I don't know what they're going to do at the running back position. I don't know. Do they still got Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears? I don't know, but what they did, they got Wendell Robinson, a nice second good, a 2B receiver who can get active at any time. He shows you he can play good football. I just love what they did all around. Fill the needs. Jeffrey Simmons and John Franklin Myers, that's going to be disgusting on that defensive line, putting pressure on the quarterback. Tennessee is going to be a team, one of my surprises team to watch out for this year. If Cam Ward progresses in his second year, like I know he could, they're going to be just fine. And the last team I give is the Washington Commanders. I give them an F based off what they could have done, and this can change. This can change. I give them an F because even my best friend Peter, he'll tell you, like, I don't know what the hell the Commanders are doing right now. I don't know. They give... Hold on, y'all. My iPad is acting slow as hell right now. Oh, sorry. Let's go back to the Commanders, y'all. They give Ottawa 4 years, $100 million, $68 million guaranteed. When I heard they gave him that, I was thinking, okay, they're paying him based off his potential because he backed up Khalil Mack a lot, and he got 7 sacks last year. They're paying him off his potential and what he could be. They needed to get younger at at the defensive position, linebacker core, getting some of those guys out of there. I think they should still go after. They still got some solid corners out there. You still got Leo Chanel. You still got Bobby Wagner, who was there previously. You still have some guys out there you can go grab. Trey Hendrickson is still out there. You still got cornerbacks that's still out there. Riq Woolen is off the market now. I think Riq Woolen would have been a big upgrade at that position for them. You welcome, bro. But yeah, man, it's just, I think it's pretty damn good, y'all. But Tim Settle, 3 years, $24 million. Amik Robertson, 2 years, $16 million. They retained it. Larry Tunsil, 2 years, $60 million. Marcus Mariota, 1 year, $7 million. Andrew Wiley, 2 years, $6 million. Nick Agretti, 2 years. Tress Wade, 1 year. Traylon Burks, 1 year. Jake Moody, 1 year. Drake Jackson, 1 year. Shy Tuttle, 1 year. And Dedrick Wise. I think the Commanders, they're getting their franchise quarterback back next year. Jordan Dales, who was injured this year. I think the thing is for Commanders, the only thing that I'm worried about is the receiver position. Because I know Jaden Daniels want to play with Brandon Ayuk. I know Brandon Ayuk want to be the Teddy Bridgewater just signed with the Lions, y'all. But I think the thing is for them, I think they can be better in their approach, man. They got JD coming back. Zach Ertz, who had that difficult injury, he's a free agent. Like, it's so many holes on that offensive side of the ball I think they can fill, they can get better at. The running back position is a place I believe in. I believe in Merritt being the number 1 back. I don't know if they're going to go for Jeremiah Love at the running back position to pair with him. Terry McLaurin coming off a year where he was injured and in and out the lineup. Deebo Samuel is a free agent. So they can always get better at the wide receiver position. If I'm them, I'm trading 2 seconds in the third for T. Higgins, the pair with Terry McLaurin. Also, you can go get a Stephon Diggs. You can go get guys that you need at the linebacker position or the receiver position to change that team, man. Listen, I just love free agency, man. It's my update, man. It's my update been going on for the last whole day. It's been some big names getting paid. It's still people that's getting active. Listen, I'm going to just sit here and tell you about my team. I think the Panthers are putting something together that's special. I think the thing is, if we can, Panther fans, no more excuses for the defensive coordinator Everett. There's no more excuses, bro. You got a hell of a defense now. Derek Brown, Turk Wharton. You got J.C. Horn, the top 3 corner in the league. Mike Jackson, who's one of the most underrated corners in the league. Didn't really get recognition to this year, but he played like a fucking dog. I think they should resign Nick Scott to a 2-year deal, in my opinion. We let go A'Shawn Robinson. I was sad to see A'Shawn go, but he was making too much money. LeBron Ray coming back. David Moore, a veteran. I love the signing of him coming back. We got T-Mac. We got Jalen Coker, I think, who deserves a 4-year deal extension. I think that will get done this year in the middle of the season. We got Jimmy Horn Jr. Keep your head up, brother. We still got Xavier Legette. I think our biggest concern is offensive line and tight end. We lost K. Mays. We still got Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. We can still add up. Taylor Decker is still out there. I'm vouching for Taylor Decker to be a Panther. Or we can go ahead in the draft. As tight end, David Njoku's still out there. Dallas Goddard is out there. Chris Okonkwo's out there. Darren Waller's out there. Give Bryce Young a security blanket, bro. Don't get me wrong, I love the athleticism of Jatavian Sanders. I love Tommy Tremble. And I think Mitchell Evans has the potential to be one of the best tight ends on this team. But I think the thing is, for the win now situation, and this shit ain't gonna work. We need somebody at experience at the tight end position who can have some consistency and get open for Bryce Young in this offense. Also, at the running back position, we getting Jonathan Brooks back, but I think Trevor Etienne will be the second back to start the season. It was sad to see Rico Dowd go because he was a perfect balance, but I think Chuba Hubbard by far is the number 1 running back on this Panthers team. No way around, shape, or form. He is this generation's Jonathan Stewart. But that's just my opinion, man. I love it, man. We got our guy in Bryce Young. I think who's going to get a friendly, good extension this year. He's going to play beyond his contract. But I love it. Listen, y'all. More free agent signings with me, man. I love it, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Listen. I just love NFL free agency, man. It has been good. I am going to start talking more basketball soon, man, but we're in the middle of free agency, man, so I'm just getting very acquainted to the things that's going on right now. Listen, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. Hold on, y'all. But listen, man, I love y'all, man. Listen, all I gotta say is keep pounding, keep subscribing to the channel, man. Listen, I love it so much, man. I appreciate y'all. Like, I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart, man. Like, I really appreciate that shit. Like, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Hey, keep pounding, keep subscribing to the channel. Keep seeing more videos like this. I love y'all, man. This is day 2 and 3 of free agency. This is basically day 2 of free agency. It's a lot. It was a lot to discuss and a lot to unpack and a lot. This is my grade, my updates. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We out. Peace.